this morning we are gathered here to observe one of the activities that we have lined up for the combined 4th and 5th Convocation ceremonies of this university, in this university that I'm working here in Ogun State. The Vice Chancellor is here, and very shortly we will be addressing the press, gentlemen of the press, members of the 4th estate of the rep. But before I request the Vice Chancellor to address the gentlemen of the press, please permit me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to formally present to you the Vice Chancellor of Undergraduate University, a first-class professor and a distinguished professor, former Dean of Students Affairs, University of Lagos, former Dean, Faculty of Science, University of Lagos, former Director of the Center for Distance Learning, University of Lagos, and of course, one of the very few distinguished professors that University of Lagos has ever produced. He had his first degree at the University of Lagos, and of course, he made it first class. And that is why initially I referred to him as a first class professor. His name is Olukayode Oladipo Ahmed. Permit me to also present to you the man who is in charge of our money in the university, both local and hard currencies. And I'm talking about the bossa, Elder Samuel Olusegun. We have also here seated the man in charge of the university, what maybe I call him the fountain of knowledge. It's not only Ekiti State that is fountain of knowledge. We have an individual here who is referred to as fountain of knowledge, and that's the university librarian, Dr. Chris Nkiko. The Dean of the School of Postgraduate Studies, Professor Joseph Adiboye Santos, in the civil position of mechanical engineering. The acting Dean of Student Affairs, Abolade, is also here with us. He doubles as the head department of human resource management of this university. And of course, we have a distinguished member of the ceremonies and honors committee of this university, and acting head department of performing and arts of this university, Dr. Adele. And of course, we have other members of the ceremonies and honors committee. Engineer Adele of is there with us. Ms. Abibola is there with us right now. Mrs. Paula Shadikada is there with us. Mrs. Kenny Fatomo is the member. And of course, we have a non-member who is here accompanying the Vice Chancellor, and that is Secretary Vice Chancellor, Pastor Eyola. Okay, I think that's about 4. Dr. Bekadile is also here with us. You also the secretary to the ceremonies and honors committee. Vice Chancellor, please permit me at this point to request our colleagues, gentlemen of the press, to introduce themselves one after the other before they begin to address them. It's important for you to know who's going to address. So let me start from the rear. Find newspaper. Nigerian Tribune. Punch newspaper. Nigeria what? Radio Nigeria. Yeah.
Commissioner Komnafe,
NTA. Can't be the race. Already one thing that my children to mention, we get to one who does introduce himself now. Praise to her, that is from Damo. Maybe he's not proud of her.
So can be a good job at my fair.
Indeed, for now. At this point, request the Vice Chancellor to please address the
heads of faculties, heads of departments, and members of staff of Elizabeth University, and gentlemen of the press, that is, members of the fourth estate of the REC, not of the REC anyway. So it's my pleasure to welcome you to Elizabeth University for the press briefing with respect to the fourth and fifth convocation ceremonies of Elizabeth University, upon which you have been briefed this morning. We are graduating two sets of students, that is those who finished in the 2018-2019 academic year, as well as 2019-2020 academic year. We would have held the convocation ceremonies as at when due, but for the sudden appearance of a world scourge in the form of the coronavirus pandemic, which actually thwarted all our plans to have the convocation ceremonies. But now we are lucky. The time is now auspicious for us to have, at least, to graduate those two sets of students at this point in time. At the graduation ceremony, we are going to present a total of 413 graduates for the 2 years mentioned hitherto. And let me quickly give you a breakdown of the class of degrees and or to be given out to those graduates. In first class, we have a combined number of 48 out of the two sets. Second class upper division, we have 184. Second class lower division, we have 163. And in third class, 18. And let me quickly give you a brief as to the lined up activities for the convocation ceremonies. The first on the list is the Jumat service taking place today, Friday, 10th September 2021, at the Elizabeth University Prayer Ground at 1 p.m. So that kickstarts the ceremony, and that will be followed by an environmental awareness program, which will take place on Monday, 13th September, in the multipurpose hall at the University Center at 10 a.m. This is followed by convocation sporting activities on Tuesday, 14th September, at the Sports Complex at 2 p.m. Then on Thursday, the 16th of September, there are two events on that day. The convocation lecture will hold at 2 p.m. at the Law Auditorium, and followed by the convocation play in the evening at the Performing and Film Arts Theatre at 7 p.m. on the same day. That's Thursday, 16th September. And on Friday, the convocation ceremony proper will take place, which involves conferment of degrees and award of prizes. And this takes place on Friday, 17th September 2021 at the University Event Center, starting from 11 a.m. And to cap up the ceremony, we are going to have a Thanksgiving service on Sunday, 19th September at St. Michael's Anglican Church, Ilaramokin at 10 a.m. So the convocation lecture, which is going to hold on Thursday, 16th September, we have the title to be, does Nigeria's development gap fit the Nigerian university system? And this is going to be delivered by the former Executive Secretary, National University Commission, Professor Peter Okebukola, and this will take place at the Faculty of Law Auditorium at 2 p.m. And let me give you a brief report as to the progress the university has made, as reported at the last, based as a follow-up to what was reported at the last Convocation Ceremony. Let me talk firstly about the accreditation of university programs. Elizabeth University has continued to reap the rewards of its compliance with regulatory policies prescribed by our regulatory agencies. And all the programs offered by the university are fully accredited by the National Universities Commission and all the relevant professional bodies. Recently, our law program was accredited by the National University Commission, while other 6 programs were re-accredited. I also want to brief you about new undergraduate and postgraduate programs introduced into the university. The university has introduced additional 3 undergraduate programs, and these are architecture, quantity surveying, and estate management. So we are going to be admitting students into these programs in the coming 2021-2022 academic session. So with the addition, Elizabeth University now has 31 undergraduate programs being offered. The approval of the National University Commission is also being sought for the introduction of other new programs, including petroleum and gas engineering, mechatronics engineering, chemical engineering, and pharmacy. That is PharmD, Doctor of Pharmacy program. Similarly, the National University Commission has given the university approval to commence 15 postgraduate programs. So these programs include accounting, applied geophysics, business administration, biochemistry, biotechnology, computer science, economics, and environmental management and toxicology. Others are finance, human resource management, international relations, mass communication, microbiology, tourism and hospitality management, and physics and electronics. And we'd like to note that these are at PhD, MSc, and PhD levels as applicable. Then let me also talk about our research activities and ranking of our university. Recently, Elizabeth University was ranked 47 among the best 50 universities with quality scientific output in Nigeria. And you recall that we have 119 universities as of today. The ranking was done by an international ranking organization based in Turkey. And the recent leap in the ranking ladder was as a result of the various relevant researches recently conducted by the university, as well as our publications in international outlets. All the research grants won by the university, including the $100,000 grant awarded by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and the $12,000 research grant awarded by the International Foundation for Science, IFS. And all these researches have been completely executed. The university has also developed an automated temperature scanner and a GSM-based energy meter, a project that was sponsored by the National Communications Commission, among others. And this innovation is in response to COVID-19 pandemic. Now let me talk about deployment of modern teaching and learning facilities in our university. One of the major components of our developmental agenda is our deployment of modern technological tools in teaching and research. The adoption of Island platform, that is a learner management system by the university, and the development of lecture notes by lecturers, and the uploading of same on the university's website have simplified teaching and learning in the university. And I want to mention that Elizabeth University is one of those universities whereby you will find all our lecture notes on the website made available to our students. So with this platform, students are afforded the opportunity of reading ahead of their classes. And this is a global practice and has encouraged reading among our students. So given the vital role of ICT infrastructure in the impartation of modern knowledge, we have continued to invest in ICT facilities. The university recently increased its internet speed from 120 Mbps to 155 Mbps. And this has given staff and students access to internet for research and other academic purposes, thus making the university an ICT-driven institution. Now let me talk about international collaboration. As part of our efforts at partnering with top institutions in the world for the training of our students, the university has signed a good number of memoranda of understanding with some reputable institutions of higher learning across the world. Notable among these institutions is the collaboration with ORT Broad College of Engineering in Israel for the enhancement of our engineering programs. By this memorandum of understanding, interested 300 level students of selected engineering programs in our university will visit this Israeli university for one semester under the Erasmus in Engineering program to undergo an intensive teaching and practical training in some predetermined engineering topics. The programs, which started before the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, was suspended due to the global health crisis. However, arrangements are being made to resuscitate the program once there is an improvement in the pandemic situation. Gentlemen of the press, it may interest you that the university has carried out some infrastructural developments. A good number of projects were executed by the university in the last 2 years. An ultra-modern engineering complex worth 1 billion 100 million naira was just delivered to the university, while another 400-bed student hall of residence, which was awarded for the sum of 1 billion 125 million naira, will be handed over to the university management on Wednesday, 15 September 2021, that is next week. So let me use this opportunity to invite you to visit these projects so that you can have a first-hand appraisal of these projects. Similarly, an additional structure was built to house the Faculty of Law Library and Auditorium. And this building has been fully equipped and is already being utilized. You can also visit this project as well. I want to express my sincere appreciation to the founder of the university, Sir Chief Dr. Michael Adeojo, for his continued support for the university. And to cap up my briefing, I want to briefly mention the inventions that are coming upstream in the university. The Faculty of Engineering, in collaboration with the Department of Physical and Chemical Sciences, developed an innovative microcontroller-based, low-maintenance, durable multiband radio receiver with a grant from the Voice of Reason Foundation. A mini FM radio station is being developed at Elizabeth University, which will function as a campus radio station for dissemination of information, as well as an instructional instrument for mass communication students, while broadcast will be limited to the perimeter of the university. And when it is fully developed, the appropriate license will be acquired. So the university has also developed a technology for the conversion of waste banana and plantain stems into long strips of fibers using a machine designed and fabricated at our engineering workshop. The extracted fibers are convertible into yarns for weaving of carpet rugs, textile materials, and production of gypsum POP acoustic boards. So it is our intention to transfer this technology to the Naramokin community as part of our corporate social responsibility, so that waste can be converted to wealth and prosperity. So gentlemen of the press, I thank you for coming at this moment in time. And members of the audience, I thank you for your attention.
In 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020. And I also want to ask that in this age and time where students are no longer ready to read, they are no longer ready to visit the library, what is the university doing to ensure that students are motivated to face their studies? Thank you very much.
My name is Peter.
Punch. What is the name?
Peter.
Peter.
Sir, in the country now, every program is organized under Union Control. How I think will be with the academic business, because that is lined up. And secondly, you said there are some projects that have been delivered as a blessing. Some will be delivered on Wednesday. By who are responsible for this project? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
You said the university has developed automated extension candle and GSM-based energy meter well.
So let me quickly take the first question asked by Mr. Tosin Adeshile of the Lizardian magazine online. Now the CGPA for the best graduating student in 2019 is 4.95. So while in 2020, the best CGPA was 4.87. So as you recall, we are graduating 2 sets of students. Now, as to how students are motivated in the area where students no longer want to learn and no longer want to read, what are we doing to engage them? I'd like to first mention that we have got all the lecture notes of courses run in this university uploaded on the island, that is on the learner management system. So we have taken the notes to them in their hostels. So even on their beds, they have access to their lecture notes and they can read ahead of classes. As they are on holidays now, those who are coming in the new session, they already have access to what they are going to learn next session. They would have read even before coming. And Elizabeth University is one of the few universities that has done that. I think we deserve a round of applause. And in addition to that, we have a virtual library that is accessible from any part of this world. And with access to millions of e-books and journals. So that is what we have done on our own part to ensure that we made all the materials, all the learning materials available. And also, persuade the students to make use of them. And the only way to do that is to ensure that we give them periodic, unannounced tests. And by so doing, they keep on their toes and they read and read and read. So that is why we have produced the level of first class that we are parading at this convocation. So our first class are those who have really been grilled and who have gone through the meal before attending the classes or the grades that they have come up with. So I think that answers your questions. Then from Peter Dada of Punch. At the convocation ceremonies, you will say that before you can be allowed in, you must wear your mask. So that is one way we are complying with the COVID-19 protocol. And you are also going to see the arrangement of seats to maintain social distance. So those are the two things we have done. And we have made sure that almost everybody on this campus is vaccinated. So, and most of the people, we have encouraged all and sundry that are going to participate, even our students, to have been vaccinated before the camp, so as to limit the risk of infection. So those are the things we have put in place. And with regard to the projects that will be delivered, the contractor will deliver the new hostel next week. The same contractor had delivered the engineering complex. So they'll be delivered to us. So we are the client. So the contractor will be giving us. Yeah, yes. And the two projects were funded by the founder. Completely funded by the founder. In fact, all projects on this campus were funded by him. So when you are reporting, you can also ask the government to come to the aid of private universities. After all, these universities are for Nigerians. They are patronized by Nigerians. So government should find a way of supporting all Nigerians, whichever institution that they choose to undertake their studies. Thank you. Now, the last question asked by the reporter from Vanguard on the meter, I think, and the scanner. So the automated temperature scanner. Now, that was our response to COVID-19. We developed a scanner whereby if you pass through the scanner, if your temperature is high, there will be an alarm that will sound. So it's an automated temperature scanner, and it will send signals to the medical center. And whoever has passed through that has a high temperature, we have a program which contains details of everybody on this campus. So the person can be picked out automatically. So that is what the scanner is doing. So to give a red flag, so it is for contact tracing. So the scanner is meant for contact tracing. I hope I've explained your question. Thank you. So I think we have come to the end of the briefing. On my part, let me thank members of the press for your interest in Elizabeth University. We are partners in progress, and we believe we have so many things to do together. So I expect to see you at the convocation lecture as well as the convocation ceremonies on Friday next week. Thank you very much.
Even though the Vice Chancellor has almost done the proof of terms, I think it's also important that I join my policy with that of the Vice Chancellor to express deep appreciation to members of the media, the gentlemen of the press, for finding time to be here today. Many of them have been together now for over 20 years. Pastor Johnson and the two other ones always been there supporting this university. And one thing I can say is that since this university was established in 2012, we have not read any negative report about the university in any of the universities. And of course, this has been made possible because of the cooperation we have enjoyed from you. So I thank you very much. And the PC has also said, Thursday, next week is the convocation lecture, and the following day, which is Friday, we are going to have the exam behind that is the award of benefits and prevention of special crisis. And once again, we want to thank you all for coming and we say God bless you all.